say you want to wake up early, but every morning your alarm becomes a negotiation between who you are and who you want to be. And most days the weaker version wins without a fight, because comfort speaks louder than purpose, when the room is still dark and your mind whispers that 5 more minutes will not matter. Yet deep down, you already know that those minutes are quietly stealing your future, because success is rarely lost in big, dramatic moments. It disappears in small, repeated decisions that feel harmless at the time. And this is where everything begins to change, not with motivation, not with loud speeches, but with a quiet realization that your mornings are not your enemy. They are your opportunity, waiting to be claimed. And the truth is, your body is not designed to hate mornings. It has simply been trained to resist them through habits you repeat every night. Scrolling without purpose, sleeping without intention, waking without direction, and then blaming yourself for lacking discipline, when in reality, you are following a pattern you never consciously built. And the moment you understand this, you gain power, because anything trained can be retrained, anything repeated can be replaced, and anything avoided can be faced with a new identity, one that does not ask how it feels, but asks what must be done. Because waking up early is not about liking mornings. It is about respecting your goals more than your temporary comfort. And when you begin to see it this way, your alarm is no longer an interruption. It becomes a signal, a starting line where most people choose to stay asleep, while a few decide to move forward. And those few are not special. They are simply committed to a version of themselves that others keep delaying. And if you look closely, you will notice that the first battle of your day is not against sleep. It is against your own excuses, the voice that tells you that you are too tired, too stressed, or that you will start tomorrow. But tomorrow is just a safe place where dreams are postponed and never pursued. And every time you accept that excuse, you strengthen it, making it louder and harder to ignore the next day, until waking up early feels impossible. Not because it is, but because you have practiced giving up more than showing up. And this is where the shift must happen, not outside, but within, where you stop negotiating with weakness and start commanding your actions with clarity. Because the moment your alarm rings is not just about waking up, it is a test of identity. Are you someone who reacts to comfort, or someone who responds to purpose? And when you choose purpose, even once, even imperfectly, you begin to rewrite the story your habits have been telling, and slowly, quietly, your mornings start to change, not because they became easier, but because you became stronger than the version of yourself that once avoided them. But just when you think you are ready to change, something unexpected begins to happen. Because the real struggle does not start when the alarm rings. It starts the night before, in the quiet hours when no one is watching, and your future is being decided by the habits you repeat in silence. And this is where most students fail without even realizing it, because they focus on waking up early, but ignore the hidden system that controls whether they succeed or not. And that system is built on what you do before you sleep, how you think about your goals, and how seriously you treat your time, because your morning is simply a reflection of your night. And if your night is filled with distraction, your morning will be filled with resistance. And this is the part no one talks about. The uncomfortable truth that discipline is not just a moment of effort. It is a chain of decisions that either support you or slowly break you. And here is where the suspense begins to build, because you may have already tried waking up early before. You may have set alarms, watched motivational videos, promised yourself that tomorrow will be different, and yet somehow you ended up back in the same place, hitting snooze, feeling frustrated, questioning whether something is wrong with you. And that feeling is dangerous, because it convinces you that you are the problem, when in reality, your system is the problem. And systems can be changed, but only if you are willing to face the truth that comfort has been your priority for too long. And now comes the turning point. The moment where everything either collapses again or finally starts to transform. Because if you continue to rely on motivation, you will fail again. Motivation fades. It always does. But structure stays. And the students who wake up early consistently are not more motivated. They are more prepared. They reduce decisions. They remove distractions. They design their environment in a way that makes waking up the easiest choice available. And this is where your power lies. In small, intentional actions that seem insignificant, but create massive change over time, like placing your alarm far from your bed so you are forced to stand, preparing your study materials the night before so there is no confusion in the morning, deciding exactly what you will study so your mind has direction instead of hesitation, because hesitation is where failure begins, and every second you spend thinking about whether to wake up or not is a second where your old habits try to pull you back, and if you are not careful, they will win again, and that is the moment you must recognize, the moment where your future is hanging between two choices. Stay in comfort or step into growth, and it will not feel dramatic. It will feel small, almost invisible, but that choice repeated daily becomes your identity, and your identity shapes your results. And suddenly you realize that waking up early was never the real goal. Becoming someone who does what needs to be done is the real transformation. And once that shift happens, everything else begins to fall into place. And once that transformation begins, something powerful starts to unfold within you. Because waking up early is no longer a forced action. It becomes a quiet declaration of who you are becoming. A person who chooses discipline over delay, clarity over confusion, and purpose over comfort. And at first, the results may seem small, almost unnoticeable, but beneath the surface, a deeper change is taking place. Your mind is becoming sharper, your focus stronger, and your confidence more stable. Because every morning, you keep a promise to yourself, and those promises begin to build a foundation that no distraction can easily break. And slowly, your study sessions become more effective, not because you are studying longer, but because you are studying with intention, with energy, and with a sense of direction that most people never develop. And this is where you begin to separate yourself from the crowd, not by talent, not by luck, but by consistency, the quiet advantage that compounds over time, while others continue to wait for the perfect moment. And the truth is, there is no perfect moment. There is only the moment you decide to act. And every early morning becomes proof that you are capable of more than your past habits suggested. And this realization changes everything. Because once you see that you can control your actions, even when it feels uncomfortable, you stop fearing difficulty and start using it as a tool for growth. And exams no longer feel like overwhelming obstacles. They become challenges you are prepared to face, because you have trained yourself to show up even when it is hard. And that is the real victory. Not just waking up early, but becoming someone who can rely on themselves in moments that matter. And as days turn into weeks, and weeks into months, you begin to notice a gap forming between you and those who chose to stay comfortable. A gap in knowledge, in confidence, and in results. And that gap is created one morning at a time, one decision at a time, one moment of discipline repeated until it becomes part of who you are. And now, when your alarm rings, there is no negotiation, no hesitation, just action, because you understand what is at stake, your future, your goals, your potential, and you refuse to let temporary comfort steal something so valuable. And this is the mindset that carries you forward, not just for exams, but for life itself, because success is not built in bursts of motivation. It is built in quiet, consistent actions that no one sees, but everyone eventually feels. And as you continue this journey, remember that you are not just waking up early, you are waking up to your own potential, and that is something worth fighting for every single day. And if you are benefiting from our topics, please subscribe, like, and turn on the bell notification so you can see our new videos early.